All right, so let's get started. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is having a good day. We're going to go over the new 50/50 site that we now have. We tried to keep a lot of the a lot of the same as it was before, but we are really excited as Phantom, number one, is an American company. So we are working with someone here to help us with our 50/50 raffles. They've been a great partner, and the site has more functionality than our old raffle box site. So we have a lot more opportunities that we can kind of tap into. I'm still learning as we go because I mean, my gosh, there's so much that there is to offer. But as we go, we can do more different types of draws, and increase functionality for the post as well. So I'm going to share my screen. If you all can give me a thumbs up once you see the raffle page. Awesome deal. Okay, so we're just going to go through what the actual site looks like now. We're going to talk about different ways that we can search for the post. For those of you who had custom links created and QR codes created, the links are still going to work, but they're going to just still drive you to this generic page. It's not going to automatically select the post. The QR codes will do the same as well. If your post does want a custom QR code, for right now, you have to request that through me. And Jim and I can get one created for the post and sent it down to you. But when you go to florida5050.org, this is what you're going to see. We still have the countdown to when the final draw will be selected. And then you can see the running prize pool here, where winner takes half. Up at the top, you have a post leaderboard, which is now something that is new with the site. There is now, I used to send the leaderboard every so often, kind of showing everyone where they stand among the ticket sales with other posts. But now if you click the post leaderboard, it's going to automatically show by tickets sold, I guess the leaderboard for the current draw. We'll get back into this page in just a few seconds because there's a lot more things regarding that. Let's see, it looks like someone else is jumping on. Jim Bowers. Hey, Jim Bowers. How's it going? The raffle rules are always going to auto-populate and be at the top. So if there's anyone who has any questions regarding the rules, if someone requests the free entry, because we are within the state of Florida, we do have to offer these free entry to all of our draws. That is going to be in this section here. They'll have to click this link and fill out the necessary information to get that free entry. I believe right now it's one entry per 24 hours per email address. So they can't just go on and spam us with free entry tickets. It is now limited to one entry per 24-hour per email address. And they can find that, which is embedded within the rules. So if we go back to the actual page, there's the get tickets. If people just want to go get their tickets right away, they can click the get tickets button in the top corner. If you scroll down underneath the prize pool, there's going to be the get ticket option, and then you can automatically select it here in the ticket packet options as well with the checkout. Keep in mind when you select these buttons, it's not selecting a post, but we have added a feature where you can select a post if you already get into that screen. Also, there's a search function that is here in the middle of the page. If you want to find a post, Doug's on here, so post 155, if we just type in 155, or if you have someone just from the Crystal River area, they don't know your post number, they can type in Crystal River. It's also going to, if I can spell correctly, it's also going to bring up the post there as well. Once we select this post, and it goes, we are now into the post page. This is something that the post has the ability to customize. So if post would like to change the text that is here on the main page, you can send that information over to me and we can make sure that we can get that implemented. You also have the ability to change your icon so that when you're in the leaderboard, so like 321, we did an example, we added the badge with the 321 in there so you can see it a little bit easier. Once that, basically that image is going to be your icon in the leaderboard as well. So, if you want something that's going to be a little bit more distinctive, something for you to be able to see easier than just the generic Legion Department of Florida logo, we can change out that information as well. So as you can see, Cooper City was on our last webinar. So you can see where we did some of the custom information here, that they provided the information for. They added a photo, so you can add another photo, and basically create that space, for whatever, whatever it is that you want. This is your area to create. For each of the posts, once you're in that area, let me see, go here, more info, I think it is. Yes, so now we're back into that post page. You guys automatically have the ability to grab that custom link, and you're going to be able to do that by clicking the share button. It's going to have this pop-up screen, and in the bottom, it's going to give you your URL. Please keep in mind, this link is extremely long. It's not the Florida Legion Florida5050.org/ and your post number. Now it's this long URL, but you can go to a service like Bitly and create a condensed link so that when you're using that within your newsletters or your social media posts, you don't have this really long link that would tie it to you. But you just click copy, and if I open a new browser, I don't know, paste and go, it automatically goes over to that page. From that same share button, you also have the ability to share it directly to your Facebook page. So whatever Facebook account that you are logged into is where it's going to share to. So if you're logged in under the post, it's going to share to the post page. If you're logged in under your personal page, it'll go directly to your personal page. There's also the Instagram, there's also Twitter, and then also the ability to share directly to your email. So if you guys have an Outlook account or a Gmail account that's signed up or created for your post, you have the ability to, click that button. It's going to populate an email for you, and then you can share it to your distribution list if you would like. Let's see. Also under that same post area, if you click the supporters section, you're going to automatically see who has purchased tickets and chosen to support your post. So if you wanted to send them a personal thank you, you can do that, or you can acknowledge them, give recognition if you would like to do so. Not required, but it might be a way to make them feel special about, getting tickets and supporting as you go. There's always the ticket. So once you're getting the ticket options, you can get multiple packages if you want. So let's just get this one for now, and we get into the checkout section. You can change, then you can remove, or we can change, different ones here. You'll have your cart summary that's over on the right-hand side. You'll put in the contact information. Also, with this platform, we have the ability for people to cover the transaction fees, which means they would pay the additional amount, which you would see over here on the right-hand side. The fees associated with this transaction is $3.83. That means majority, basically their entire $49 is coming directly to department and to the post because they covered those fees. That's a new functionality for us with this platform. You also have the ability here to pay with credit or debit card. You also have Apple Pay and Google Pay as an option too. So then you can submit. Once you fill in your information, you can hit submit. If you're a first-time purchaser through the site, because I've already been in here, it's going to ask you to enable your location. That is also a requirement because our raffles are geofenced to the state of Florida. So we have to ensure that all entries are from Florida, which is why that location field must be turned on with submitting. You may not have remembered doing that with the Rafflebox site, but that was a functionality of that as well. It's just a way that we ensure that our participants are within the state of Florida. We're asked, why do we not have PayPal as an option as a payment method? I have learned that PayPal does not allow raffle purchases, so that is not an option for us at the current time. But if that ever changes, we will of course add that in there. Any questions really quickly while we're in this post page setup? Yes, Susan. Let's see, hang on just a second. I don't have your audio. Maybe select your microphone and the microphone option. I can't hear you. Can you type it in the chat? Do you see the chat function and type it over there? Okay, cool. Does anybody else have a question in this setup over here? Oh, we're good. Okay, just want to make sure we get Susan's question answered really quickly, but as that comes in, okay, if I use the URL, will it automatically take me to the post page? Yes, so if you copy the URL from the button over here, or it's up in the browser at the top, if you copy this whole link, it will take you to your post page. Yes, ma'am. Okie dokie. So let's go back. We're not ready for that yet. Okay. So we're back to the main page here. We talked about the post leaderboard. We talked about the raffle rules. We also have the ability here. So if anybody wants to know who was the winner of our last raffle, who won, whatever that is, the past winners are always going to be listed below. When we select that, you'll be able to see that, and you'll see the numbers. And then, August had all of those cash grab prizes. If you go into there, it's going to tell you each number. We don't publish the name, we just publish the number. If you go to the Florida Legion site, and if they have submitted the winner eligibility form, we publish their name there so that it's listed. But the ticket numbers are what is posted on this site. So that's always present. And then we've been able to add this function of join the American Legion. So, as this is one of our goals is to reach outside of our membership, we've been able to create this space to where someone, maybe you guys are out at an event and they purchase tickets. You can click the join the Legion. It's going to automatically, for right now, take you to department's page. But this is something that we are, we're kind of testing this space out to, number one, see if it's even used. or if we create different verbiage, like maybe why you should belong text or the benefits or membership or something like that. So this space is being built out a little bit, but right now the functionality is there to have people join the Legion directly through our raffle page. We do have, let's see, I think I'm in a past raffle. I am. So when you scroll down from the main page, all of the early bird prizing or any special prizes will be listed in this section here. So for our current draw that's going on, we're going to have the one early bird prize for the $1,000 that will be awarded on Monday. I believe it's Monday the 9th. Yes, it is. We'll be selecting that winner there, and that will be featured. Once that winner is selected, then the winner's number will be over on the right-hand side over here. Let's see the details. That is just basically why we do the raffles. It's short verbiage that we can change this text. And then also we have the frequently asked questions pertaining to the raffles as well. Beautiful part about this is the functionality on here. You pretty much can find what you're looking for if you scroll up or down or if you search. I believe I think this is a new feature, Jim, this email address down here at the bottom. I think that's joining our email list from here. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. If,
Okay.
basically, if there's not a live raffle or whatnot, people can enter in their email address in there. But Jennifer, if you scroll
Yes.
up
Yeah,
real
sure.
fast, where like the join the Legion thing is,
Yep.
just for fun, I added the post leaderboard and like the supporters tab. There's basically just to show you one, you can find the post leaderboard anywhere. And I think that's something everyone should really lean into because friendly competition is great for, the posts and the network in Florida. And then also the supporters. I know that was always something that people maybe like to see their name and stuff like that too. So that's in a few different sections now as well. Not just if you click directly into the post. So um, I just to show everyone on the call, basically, if there's something that the post members want to see on the site, that is interested, throw out ideas because we want to kind of build this around what you are interested in, not what we're just assuming you're interested in. So, Susan, if like, it sounds like a shorter URL for everyone is of interest. So what we're going to do pretty quickly is shorten those URLs. We want feedback and really to make this the Florida Legions raffle, not something else. And Jennifer, what I recommend, and there's a lot of different ways to select everyone's post. But basically the easiest function and what everyone's most used to is if you just click the get tickets button, it takes you to this
I think I'm
page.
already
And
in.
yeah,
Already
and
in.
so and then basically if you get tickets and you find the post of support, it adds the drop down feature just like you had before, and you can either scroll or type in anything associated with your post. So some people like to say the city, some people like to type in the post number, whatever it is. We try to make it as easy as possible for everyone. And with that, I don't know, sorry I kind of hijacked
You're fine.
the call, Jennifer, but I'm actually gonna. Do you mind if I share my screen?
Nope, that's fine. I'll
Uh,
stop share.
and Jennifer, oh, you have to allow me whenever you
Maybe.
can. She alluded to earlier. Everyone on this call, as long as Jennifer approves it, is able to customize your own post page. And how we do that, I want to kind of walk through because it's one, really simple, and then two, it just can start to engage people like never before. So with that, as long as you can see my screen, which I believe you probably can, right? So on the back end, I'm going to use Cooper City as an example. And Judith, I don't know if she's on the call or not, but she'll be our guinea pig. After the call, we'll get everyone. If you're interested, we'll send you a form basically to say, please get me access to this. But Jennifer on the back end can actually send you invites to have a login to your own post admin portal. So you don't have access to everyone, you just have access to your post. So we'll use Cooper City as an example. And then what it looks like is actually you log in on our Phantom website and you have access to all the sharing tools and the customization tools. So you can see here, actually, this is the general view. So you can download or copy the QR code without having to go through Jennifer. You have a sharing tool right here. So up here, if you click it, or if you just copy the URL right there, you can see where you can copy the URL, and that URL is actually a lot shorter than what is on the public site. So you can do that, or you can even just download this custom image, and you can see, here, and then you can share that on social media too, and those QR codes along with some text. It grabs all the important information. Past that, you can actually see what your post is receiving. So total collected, the breakdown past everything. And we actually have a few other tools where you can even write an email, social media post, whatever it is. You can use this for your general post information, but you can actually just say, I want to do it for Facebook, and then you generate it with AI, and then it customizes whatever you're kind of looking for. And it can keep learning exactly what you're looking for. And then the last thing I'll show you on this page is if you expand that, you'll actually be able to access your profile. And this gives you all the information that's publicly available. When you edit it, you can see here, you can change your name, which I don't recommend doing. But then past that, you can edit everything here. And you can add pictures, you can add videos, you can add links, you can add your mission, a tagline, your website link. It's really, really fun to, just kind of dig into there. And then at the bottom, you'll see that's where you can change your images. So again, it's avatar is a little like the icon that everyone sees. When you click into it, you see the search result images and feature images. And then one of my favorite things to do on this is if you click, anytime you see these three little stars, I just like to have fun with it. You click it and it will actually can generate an image for you. So you can do, and again, it's not going to be perfect, but we'll just see what pops up. But again, it's just one of the things that we like to offer because we know that graphics and creative social media stuff is not necessarily accessible to everyone. So this does it for you. Bear with me. That's not the best one, but it's not a bad one. And then you can download it, try again. You can create variations. We'll see what pops up just while I'm talking. But it's very friendly. You can get in there. You can't mess anything up. So you can have a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I think the best way to get people on board with this is afterwards, Jennifer will probably send like a Google form out, and anyone interested will put their email and post number on. And then as long as we feel like the green light can be provided.
And I did get mine, Jim. You sent it right to me right at the beginning of the call, so I do have it.
Perfect. Yeah, and that's as easy as it gets. So
Yep, and I'm already logged in. I'm already logged into it following you. So yeah, it is really easy.
Perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. I was gonna use you as the testimony. So good. That's perfect.
Well, one thing to keep in mind though, you do not have to do this. Like if a post does not feel comfortable in, manipulating all of this information, you have me to do that for you, but we have the ability to give you access to change this information too. keep in mind, like if you're loading obscene things, department has the ability to make those changes. I am saying that because Bruce is on the call and he's probably like, whoa, wait a minute. But so yes, we will have the ability to make those changes as well, but this also gives you you get to create your own page essentially under the raffle. So
Is there any other questions? I think I saw one hand raised. But then if not, Jennifer, is there anything else that you want me to click through? If not, I can stop sharing my screen.
Well, if you want to get into, I want to talk about the widgets and I want to talk about the app.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yes. Yeah, I 1000% can. Just give me 1 second. I wanna. Okay. So I'll show everyone the widget. As Jennifer alluded to, widgets are basically anything that you want to put on your own pages. So she shared a few links, but you can see from my screen, we got a number of options. And I'll kind of just go through all of them real fast. And we can provide you any of these, and actually within your own login. What I was doing a second ago was seeing if it was enabled, but we can provide a lot of this directly to your post. So when people click through on the buy now button, like down here, it would actually go directly to your post checkout page versus the general fund. So, but I'll start from the top down. This is the kiosk screen page. So Jennifer can do a lot of this stuff. I won't get into the customization of it, but you can see here, this is what can go on any monitors within your post. Or honestly, you can just open this up, take a screenshot of it, and post it on social media as well, because it's a nice graphic that's already generated for you. So every single sale, I think every 20 seconds it pings the server, and if there's been a sale, this ticks up. So it's always a true number. If you go to the website, it's going to be the exact same. That one thing about that is we can program these to Fire Sticks, and they don't time out, and they're real simple. Actually, most TV boxes now are able to be programmed in that manner. So if you have an extra TV at your post, highly recommend this because it's a real fun piece, especially towards the end. And then the winning number is posted here as well for I think 4 hours.
And Jim, on
Yes.
that, maybe if you get a chance where we could work together a little bit, because I actually have a brand new Fire Stick I wanted to put it on, and I've been trying to figure out how to do it. So
yeah,
because I've got an event coming in a couple of weeks that I want to that I can use my phone hotspot so I can run the widget. And I'm gonna have Electrics would have a TV there with my membership table, and I want to have that up and running on that screen.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we have a few. I can get maybe step by step. So you have to debug the Fire Stick, but there's also, if you're doing it for a single one-off event, plug in your laptop. I think that's what we did at convention. You plug in the laptop, keep it as charger and things. But
or I was thinking about using a tablet simply because my laptop, I'm going to have it there so I can take membership applications at the same time.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Don't want to put that on there.
So I want to make sure that I have it all set up. And I work software support, so I'm an IT guy. So
perfect. You can speak our language.
And if you help me get this set up for a Fire Stick, I can help, and I'm also 7th District Commander, so I can help get this disseminated out to, and actually sit down and work with some of the posts if they want it, because I can actually physically go there where it's harder for you to do. So I definitely will work with you quite a bit.
Okay, yeah, we love that. And Jennifer said how willing you are to help us out with this. So let's plan to connect on that, because if we can get more Fire Sticks in here, the better. So and then past that, so that's the kiosk widget. Again, it's just a URL at the end of the day, and you make it full screen. So that's the easiest to implement. The other ones are if you have a webmaster or anyone, that's the best bet with these. So this is the kiosk iframe. So we have, you can't change the font and stuff for yours, but what we do provide is we provide the code and the the link to embed it within your websites. So that kind of goes along the lines of the ones down below, and I'll get more into the code and embedding. We have two options with that. The QR code, QR codes, the best thing about COVID is that they brought QR codes back, and brought back really strong. So the QR code we can make accessible to everyone in a general sense, but if you want it to go to your page exactly, we just have to go through Jennifer for the time being. So just bear with us on that. We're gonna get them as easily accessible as possible to lighten the load on you guys and Jennifer. And then these are the two options that I love on your websites. So one, we call it the count up widget, or count down widget because it has the deadline on there. And then we call this one the count up widget because it's a little bit simpler, but it still has the pot amounts and it's counting up. All of these are embeddable through two options. So one, you can iframe it. It's a pretty easy way to do that for your webmaster. And I understand a lot of people aren't the webmaster probably here. So anytime that you want to get this on the website, contact Jennifer. She'll contact me. We'll get it on there. This is always the simplest because you just pop it into a spot on the website, and it frames it within. You can change the width, you can change the height, and it works in that manner. And then here is the embeddable feature where again we just send you this code, and whoever is managing your website should just be able to drop it in a basically a designated area. Both of these, what's really nice is that during the event, this is currently live, but if the event closes or if it's not open yet, the language, everything on here changes with the event. So right now it says get tickets, but when it's not get tickets, when it's not live, it will say more info or whatever, we change it to. Also on here is the custom sharing tools. So when you click it, people can share it that way as well. And then the last thing, I wouldn't expect anyone probably use this. This is more for stores, but if you really wanted to, put it front and center, we have the header, which is again, it's the same sort of embedding, but that's big and broad and right in people's face when they get to your website. So with that, we understand that not all websites are the same. So that's again where the feedback is it's not just encouraged, it's it's welcome. We want to hear it. So if there's features, if there's pieces that you're like, look, everyone would like to have this, and on the post page it's kind of a Legion thing, give us that feedback and I guarantee we can build you something along those lines. But again, all this stuff is accessible to everyone, and we want it to get out there as much as possible. So before I move on to the next thing that I assume Jennifer wants me to talk about, is there any questions with any of this?
Yes, I have a question. With the count up and count down feature that you have, and once you embed that into your website, is this something that you have to maintain, or would it automatically just update and keep going as long as the 50/50?
You get it in there once, and it will automatically switch over to the next event and everything like that. Okay. So yeah, it's very simple. It always goes to the latest event. So yeah, it's one and done.
Okay. Thank you.
And real quick, Jim, should we have all of those kiosks, the kiosk and everything? Because I've only got, when I go into mine, I only got 2 widgets.
So the 2 widgets, those are the ones that are specific to you, that you have access to. So those will link directly to your post. The kiosk, we will
just send us the
we'll send it. Yeah, which Jennifer included it in her email. Which it's
okay.
So if you click that, it's always going to be the same.
Okay. Perfect.
same link.
All right.
And for those of us who are not technically inclined and learning, you can send all the links and widgets and everything you can. It's not going to mean anything to me. So I would go to Calvin and Jennifer to get assistance. So
Yeah.
thank you.
That's why I
Great.
made sure I was here too, so other people know they can reach out to me as well, especially if Jennifer gets busy.
No. No.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going to take a team effort for a
Yeah.
lot of this. So before I move on, because that kind of leads us in right into the next piece, and it's a really unique and fun piece that I want to talk about. But any more questions on the widgets or any of this stuff? Perfect. So the last piece, and we're working on an iOS and Apple version, but Apple is a little bit more strenuous on. They're kind of like PayPal, where they don't really want you running raffles on their phones yet. But we have a way for you guys to sell in-person sales. Very, very simple, and it's all easy to reconcile. It's all easy to, it's paperless. But essentially, you can download the Phantom app at any time on any of your Google devices or Google Play Store devices, so Android devices. If you have a Samsung tablet, whatever it may be, you can download it. That is the one nuance that, unfortunately, again, Apple just doesn't allow this yet, but you can download that. And what it looks like is this, and I'll just kind of play this video in the background, and I'll pause it where I feel important. But you open this up, and you can you register as a seller. So you can see here it's very simple. So this is actually this is the whole registration process, where you set your first name, last name, initials, and then the 4-digit PIN, which is usually, your common PIN number or your last 4 digits of your phone number. But then once you log in, you can see here, you can select the Florida Legions 50/50 raffle. You find your post that you are selling for. So you don't have to do that every transaction. You're just doing it once. So for Cooper City, or what one was it? Fort Lauderdale, you select Fort Lauderdale, and now all of your sales that you make in person are being attributed to Fort Lauderdale or your post right now. So when you're in there, you can, how I imagine this, and obviously I'm not a post member in Florida, so I don't know exactly how every post does this, but either, Calvin, you have an event, you can walk around and you can say, hey, did you get your 50/50s yet? I can sell them right now with credit card. Or you have this behind the bar and on a tablet, and anyone who wants it, they can order their food or drink, and, they can also add a 50/50 ticket. But you can see here, you uptick whatever one you want, just like online. And then once you proceed, it's very simple, where it just asks you to tap the device or tap the card like you would at any store. Or if you have an older device made, 5 or more years ago, we can send you a credit card reader. But this is intended for newer devices, and that's the nice part, is that you can tap to pay without any additional hardware and having to connect it. So once you tap it, the whole screen turns green, and that money is processed. You can see live. And then the person purchasing the ticket has 3 options. One, they can scan the QR code on the phone, and then they receive it on their device, so the copy of their tickets. Or you can text them the order or email it, just as you normally would. So I think they choose email. I think texting is the easiest, because it's 10 digits, and then it goes past there. So you can see this is the texting option. You hit there, and you can see order sent via text message to that phone number. And then the next screen, you can see it just takes you right back. What's nice here too is every seller is tracked, so you can even make it a competition amongst sellers, not just posts. And there's a lot of other functionality with this app that I don't have a recording of, but again, it's very easy. We don't have to coordinate shipping. We don't have to coordinate, too much training. You can actually do a training event on the device itself. A lot of fun with this, and we've been slowly rolling this out, and I think Calvin has tested a little bit. But what I would encourage is the more people we can have testing this, the more feedback we can give, and the easier it can be. I will say the one thing about this is that we have to invite the post who is interested to sell. We have to basically enable that function. So if you do want to sell on these devices, I think we'll include that in the Google form. But you can basically just request, and then we can grant that permission. We can send you all the steps to make that happen. So, but big opportunity. And then I think, there's a lot more layers to this that, we can go into, but don't want to talk your ear off too much longer because I have a tendency to do that. So, any questions with the selling app?
I've got one, Jim. This is Shirley.
Hi, Shirley.
Yeah, this information, like you just gave us, that Johnny sold tickets. Is there a report that the post can pull up that shows everybody that sold tickets through the device, or is that on the device itself?
Yeah, it's within the backend. So Jennifer will have access to everyone who sells a ticket. If you sell I'll kind of show you a general view, and then I'll break it down into a little bit more specific. So you can see here, this is what Jennifer will have. So you can actually, she'll know Ashton Harvey, sold a total of $2,300. And my 3-year-old son is walking in the door in the background. So I apologize for any crying. But you can see this, you can see average, you can see the total cash and card. Now for this, I would assume you would just take credit card. But then within your own post page that I kind of looked earlier, you can see these devices as long as they're associated with your post. So then you can see if you have multiple members selling, you can see exactly what each member has sold. It would be just a view like this on your login.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions on the selling app? All right, Jennifer, any other things I can kind of walk through?
I think for me, I think we hit everything. I'm sure it's a lot of information for these folks on here. But what we can do is we can send a follow-up email with a lot of this content. We'll create that form or figure out on our end on the logistics on creating login credentials. You guys can go ahead and grab the QR code, but if you need, your custom links, if you would like a QR code, before this email goes out, definitely just send me an email, and I'd be happy to get that information over. Same with the app functionality too. And as Jim said, like, we are testing this environment. We're just really scratching the surface of the capabilities that it can help us use. Like later on down the line, we may do something called like a giving day, where we just kind of like do a big campaign, and every post, it wouldn't be like an actual raffle page, but we just do like one big campaign where people can select post. There's a lot of different things that we can look into on down the road for us. But yeah, there's, a lot of things that we threw out to you guys. I don't know if you have any questions right away. Or if you guys have any suggestions of, what you feel would be best that you could use to either sell tickets or market or promote the raffles or what have you, you can let us know that too.
Oh, Jennifer, I have a quick
Sure.
question. Did we ever get it determined if we can add a search feature in the app so that if somebody wants to support a different post or multiple posts, that we can actually go in the app and search for another post? Do you know if we got anywhere on that?
I mean, I can answer that. So not yet, but that makes me understand that request a little bit more, what you said there. So I think let me take that away and I can get a better answer for you now, because that changes my understanding. So
Okay, yeah, because if you're doing a large event, like I'm going in the city, they got a big event going in the park. But if somebody's from Dade City, which is they have post 15, and if they want to support post 15, but they're over in my area, if I can do that on the app, but right now I can only do 118. So it's like having the ability to search another post or even do multiple on the app would be huge.
okay, no, that's helpful.
I think right now, like if each post had its own app like downloaded, that's probably the best and it might be cleaner. But you know, we definitely can look into adding a search function.
Jennifer,
Yes,
question just for clarification
sure.
on the membership option in there. I noticed it had the $45, so I presume everything goes straight to 400. Is that correct?
Yep, it goes to 400. So it'd be like you're clicking the join button on departments page.
Right.
But you know, I would have to work with Bruce on trying to get it to where it goes to the post, because I don't know. Do you guys have your own join buttons on
Yeah,
your
but-
page that goes directly to?
Not yet.
No,
Um,
okay,
Right. That was one of the reasons for sitting in on the session today with the new platform and everything.
right.
Okay. Hey, Jim, question for you. When you were typing in the numbers there and you were going through your little demo, I saw the 651. Are you actually up in the Twin Cities?
No. I'm in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So
Oh, okay. All right. Because you
Well-
said, well, you mentioned Florida as well, and you said that's not your post. So are you a veteran as well?
no, so I'm not, but
Okay.
I love veterans, and my brother-in-law, he's at Fort Bragg or whatever they changed it to.
Fort
So-
Bragg. It's always going to be Fort Bragg.
Okay, good. That's why I didn't bother learning the new name. So
Oh, don't bother. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
thank you.
Jennifer, anything else?
Not anything for me. I'm waiting to see if anybody has any other questions. Let's see, are we all good here? Check the chat.
Jennifer, you will send out notification once us iPhone users can download the app, correct?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Right now, yeah. I have an
I got one
iPhone too.
Oh, I'd like to
But-
get those invite forms out to everybody in the Fort District. Yeah, by all means.
Okay, cool. Yep. So
Beautiful.
definitely right now it's Android. I think the tap to function is after 11, right? iOS 11 and greater. Is that it?
Yeah, something along
Tap to
those
sync
lines. So
functions.
it's coming. It's we understand the need for it. I've never owned an Android device, and I don't plan to. So so no, but this is a I mean, just the app itself, it's not something that's available with any other company. And I've worked for a number of raffle companies now, believe it or not. So we're iterating on it. We're testing it. We're continuing to build it and making it as easy as it is for everyone, because what we can see this doing is making it real easy to not only run the department raffles, but if you're running your own raffles at your posts, you can do this and also sell into the main raffle, the big raffle at the same time, things like that. So yeah, and as Jennifer alluded, a lot of information, and definitely don't expect everyone to basically say, yep, I got it all figured out and I don't need any help. So basically wanted to throw a lot of things at you. If anything pings your interest, basically ask Jennifer. She can provide my contact information, phone, email, and you can reach out to me directly. I love talking about this stuff, and I will talk to anyone and help you. If you're willing to put in effort to help your post, I'm willing to put in effort to help you. So You just tell me what you guys need.
Will be.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Well, I think we're good to go. I'll send a follow-up email. It'll likely go out tomorrow. And then if, in the meantime, you can let me know if there's any other questions that you guys might have. I'd be happy to help in that regards. So awesome deal. You
Beautiful.
guys all have a great afternoon.
Thank
We'll
you,
see you
everyone. Thank you,
around.
Jennifer. Appreciate it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You guys keep being amazing.